Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jorvik, and like in my Agatha all along trailer video, I mentioned that it is D23 this weekend at the time of recording. A lot of stuff has been shown already, which is why I'm doing this video. Of course, I think Monday, after D23 is over, I'll be doing a full recap on the different aspects of, Disney. I know some new Pixar movies were announced, especially Incredibles 3, which we'll talk about. Obviously, some Marvel stuff will be definitely talked about on this channel. Obviously, Star Wars stuff will be stuff, so there will be a lot to talk about next week, which I am excited to dive into. But for this video, we are going to be reacting to the first teaser trailer for Snow White. I don't really care about Snow White. Not this movie in particular, I mean just like in general. Obviously, she's a Disney princess. She was the first Disney princess. I believe the original film came out in, was it 1938, 39, somewhere around there? And I think it's also considered the first feature-length film. Animated wise, sorry. Obviously, there's been a lot of controversy with this movie. The biggest thing is that they're not calling the dwarves, which, dwarves are a fantasy creature. And of course, the big thing that I don't mind, because I actually really like Rachel Ziegler, is that she was cast as Snow White. And it's the same thing that happened with Halle Bailey being cast as Ariel in The Little Mermaid. I think people just have their weird mentalities when it comes to fictional characters. To me, it doesn't bother me. I mean, obviously she was casted because she can sing. I mean, she sung in The Hunger Games, and I believe she was also in the Heights. I think that was her, which is another musical movie that I really enjoy. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this trailer. I am just curious to see how it looks, and then we can talk more about the controversies and stuff after. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this type of content and want to see more of my coverage of D23 in the coming days. All right, now let's get it.
So, whistle while you work. Whistle while you work.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
The poison apple. There it was. Does that mean we're getting a Bambi movie? No, don't take it. Don't take it. All right. Let's talk about it. Okay, so initial thoughts. It's a very colorful film. I mean, you have to give it to Disney regardless of what you think about them. They do make some visually impressive films. Just this opening shot here of the cottage. I mean, it is very colorful. Definitely looks like a set. So all of this stuff is real. Obviously, this is fake. Again, looks like the volume, which I don't have an issue with. And here's a good shot of the dwarves. Again, I don't remember what they're calling them in this movie, but I know it's not dwarves. And I think the big issue is that instead of casting dwarf actors, which, they exist, they decided to make them fully CG. And there's a shot of them later in the trailer, as you saw. And I think that's the biggest contention, is that Disney wants to tiptoe around all of these, social issues, I guess, and cast different people or go different ways when it comes to their movies, especially when it comes to Mulan. But I think it would have been better if Disney just actually casted dwarves. I mean, there's nothing wrong with little people, because there's plenty of little people that are actors. So I don't know. I think that's like the big controversy with this, besides racist people not liking Rachel Ziegler. And here's what I was talking about. So we'll talk about the outfit in a second, but here are the dwarves. I mean, they just look silly. I mean, they look silly. being fully CG characters. Again, I think it would have been better if they just casted dwarves, but I'm not really. I don't care that much. It's just, it's just one of those things. But let's talk about the outfit. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it is very hard to, translate things from either books, comic books, animated shows into live action. I mean, look at Marvel and or I guess mostly Marvel and DC. For a long time, superhero costumes were really hard to translate from page to screen, and also they didn't want to look too silly. Obviously, that's gone away now. But I do feel like this just looks like a Halloween costume, and I mean, it's whatever. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, it's very colorful. It looks true to the original source material. Even her hair. But because, this all looks green screen. I think this is all practical, and there's just some 3D CG elements. But the lighting looks good in these windows. It does seem like we have light coming in here and then light coming in here. That means there's 2 light sources. So that is a very, very small nitpicky thing. I'm sure the filmmakers didn't really care. They just wanted this atmosphere, which, I appreciate. Here is another shot of the dwarves dancing around, and her voice sounds really, really good. Can't fret it too hard. So this is an interesting shot. So this seems to be like they're at the kingdom where the evil queen is, who was played by Gal Gadot, by the way. She is not in that dress, but later in the trailer, it seems like she falls into maybe this well. Maybe she gets pushed or something, and that's where she's in this enchanted land. But this imagery is interesting because it looks like this garden is very overgrown. There's weeds on the steps. There's vines growing around the wishing well. So maybe the evil queen is not really a great queen. And here is our first look at Gal Gadot as the evil queen. I actually didn't even recognize her. Like initially, as I was watching this, I was like, who is that? I had to look it up. I didn't know she was in this because I don't really follow this movie. But yeah, I just from what I remember of the original source material, the film, she looks great. I think she looks great. Just another, great actress. Ooh, and here is the poison apple. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really know the lore of Snow White. I just know that the evil queen doesn't like her because the mirror said that she was prettier than her. Jealous much? And that she puts her in eternal sleep with this apple. I think I could be wrong. Or is that Sleeping Beauty? They all kind of blur together, don't they? At least the original princesses do. I'm assuming this guy right here is Prince Charming. Wait, no, not Prince Charming. What's his name? I don't know. I think Prince Charming, right? I could be wrong. The love interest. It's played by Andrew, I believe his name is Burnap. I think he was also in The Little Mermaid too, but I'm not for certain. But yeah, so this is the only shot we get of him in this trailer. This is what I was talking about when she falls. I'm assuming she falls into the well and comes into this enchanted forest where she sees a pair of red eyes, terrifying. And then we realize, oh, it's just a little deer, just a baby deer. So now that they have this model deer, we're going to get a Bambi live action film. And yeah, comes out in March. I probably won't see it. But I'll just wait for it to come out on Disney Plus, I'm sure. But anyways, guys, let me know if you are excited for Snow White. I know it's not really the thing that I cover on this channel, but it's part of D23 and I wanted to cover it anyway. Let me know what you thought of the trailer below. As always, if you liked this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out a lot as I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And also, subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the other D23 coverage, because there's going to be a lot to talk about. Anyways, guys, my name is Jorvik. I'll see you in the next one.